Okay, we are recording now. Yeah, then I'll send you the recording and we can, post it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Aloha, everybody. It is pretty much to the moment of the winter solstice, which is pretty amazing. The darkest hour of the year, the darkest day of the year. And I feel super, super blessed to be here with my dear sister, Noa Lakshmi, who is a woman of many, many talents and much brilliance. And she is an astrologer as well as a health coach, a life coach, and she's an author of the book Master Your Life with Love. And she is a Kundalini yoga teacher and has a wonderful YouTube station reaching people all over the world with Kundalini yoga. And we're here today and we're going to just share a bit about an amazing offering that we're putting together for 2020 to start off this new decade, this new year, this new time, bringing in more light into our lives, as the light is returning after this, the darkest day of the year, and really setting our intention and supporting you to be the best version and healthiest version of yourself so you could shine your light, because we know our world needs all of us, and that's why we're here, to shine our light. So I just want to say thank you for joining us, and thank you, Noa Lakshmi, for joining us at this really auspicious moment in time.
Yeah.
The winter solstice.
Yeah, very auspicious. Very auspicious. And perfect.
Yeah, Love, would you share a little bit about what's happening at this moment when we're speaking on the solstice?
Yeah, absolutely. And before I do that, or maybe it's in conjunction with that, because when you were speaking and even before we start recording, the brief conversation that we had about our intention and what this container is for, I also felt this inspiration to really acknowledge and give thanks to our journey, you and I, right? Just the path that we have walked up until this point, individually on our own individual journey, but then the way that your journey and my journey have weaved together for now almost, well, maybe half a decade since I met you first on Maui. And the different ways that we have come together, and that now life brought us back together in such an auspicious way and divinely orchestrated, and everything is flowing so perfectly and so naturally. And there's such clarity for both of us that, oh, this is what we are meant to do. This is what we have been wanting to do for freaking lifetimes.
Yes, absolutely. Absolutely. It's exciting just to feel the divine alignment and the perfection of the timing. And I imagine we're not the only ones who are and will be feeling that when they hear the message that we're bringing, because we are being moved by something much greater than ourselves that is living and breathing through us.
Yeah. Yeah.
So, yeah.
Yes. And it is. So that's why I said I want to acknowledge that before I go into the whole astrological cosmic alignments, but it's actually in conjunction, because what's happening right now with the solstice and this portal that we are in general, without getting too cosmic and technical, is that it's such a destiny time in our lives. And of course, every day and every moment, because every choice, every moment that goes by and every choice that we make determines the next choice, right? And the next moment. So in the greater scheme of things, every moment is destiny. Yet there's something to be said, and that's why astrology is so cool, because you can see portals opening, you can see significant milestones, perhaps, or significant doors that when you enter that door or don't enter that door, there's a huge impact with that choice on the trajectory of one's life. So what we are experiencing right now, and as it relates to our connection and what we are collaborating and co-creating and moving forward with is, and I just had a couple of conversations just this morning with two very, very, very dear friends of mine, said the choices that you make right now are determining your long-term plan here.
Mm-hmm.
So be very wise with your choices, what you choose to add into your life, what you choose to remove out of your life, and the direction that you're choosing to go with, and the people that you're choosing to go on that path with. Because Venus is in Aquarius. There's that Capricorn Aquarius dominance right now, which is what's your dharma and who do you want to play with on your dharmic path. and make those connections because it's long term and it's for a much bigger picture, like you said.
Yes.
Now, a word about those choices too, because I know many people may feel a little, not confused, but that there's so many options. Like there's this and there's that, and there's like this might seem like there's so many possibilities, right, and paths that I can choose. So to not get lost in that is employing or harnessing this Capricorn energy that is so strong right now, and find that integrity within yourself of what are the choices that support what my soul really wants in this life. You know, Mars is in Scorpio, and the moon is in Scorpio right now too. And the moon and Mars are going to meet tomorrow as we are moving on the other side of the solstice point. And this could be a very critical choice point for many people. But you've got to get down deep there and find your truth of what do you really want, and to not be afraid to do it and to go for it, because that's what Capricorn is, the master. It's the master that is sitting on the top of the mountain, seeing the greater picture, and is inviting others to rise up to the occasion. So that's the invitation for anybody that is watching and listening, is to, and for us, for you, for me, to rise up to the occasion that life is putting right in front of you right now.
It's amazing. I don't know all the details of astrology like you do, but I do feel
you feel that
we are on the brink of something new. And it is really, for my own life, I feel all these karmic completions, and it's really a time to start anew. And I'm not surprised at all that what you're saying is something that, you know, I was watching something on Gaia television last night, and this morning I heard another talk, and it keeps coming. That message keeps coming about how we need to really listen to our truth, our inner truth, our guidance system, our gut knowing, and allowing our emotions to be our guide in a sense, and really listening to our body wisdom, getting out of our minds and making decisions from a real knowing place. And it's interesting because some of what we're going to be talking about here is an opportunity to reset our gut health. And, you know, coupled with Kundalini yoga and oxygenating and really like clearing our cells and lifting our brain fog and, you know, getting, not that we all have that, but some people do, but getting clear. And I'm just speaking into that right now because the gut, being known as our second brain, is, you know, our gut instinct. And I think so many of us in this society are gunked up because of different toxins and things that we're eating, and that we're not really even able to listen to our gut. Our gut guidance system is not optimally functioning. So I feel like that all comes hand in hand with like really getting clear, you know, so we can really tune in and elevate ourselves and live the life we're here created to live and choosing to live, you know. Yeah.
Yeah, I love that you mentioned that, love. And I actually want to say something about the gut wisdom, because it's something that I speak about with my clients and just with people in general, because we hear this a lot: listen to your gut. And I support that 100%. However, though, it's just like you said, if the gut is unhealthy or out of balance or filled with microbes, not necessarily the good kinds, parasites, worms, all kind of stuff that are not supposed to be there, it's basically telling someone to listen to a GPS or to follow a GPS that is broken. It's equivalent to that we and people are like, oh, I'm listening to my gut, but the question is your gut broken though? So you're actually listening to parasites that are filled with fear.
Right.
You actually following a GPS that you plugging in the GPS. I want to get to Oregon. The GPS is broken. Is it actually taking you to Alaska?
Yes.
And then you get to Alaska and you say, oh, but I listened to the GPS. Well, you may want to look at the GPS and make sure it's functioning well, and are you actually getting clear messages from a clear place that is not filled with gunk. And yes, most people are quite filled with gunk in this day and age.
Yeah. And so the microbiome, as we know, has become a word that more people are getting familiar with. And that is like all these organisms that are living in our gut, and we need them. They are, you know, we live in synergy with them, but as you're saying, that a lot of them are not good for us. So it's like, who's ruling the roost? You know, when people are saying, I crave sugar, you know, it's like, well, that's because there's these like candida organisms in there. And, you know, once we put more healthy and microorganisms into our gut that are actually working on our behalf rather than against us, then we can start to hear a different message, so to speak, or we can get that clear guidance. You know what I'm saying? So like my experience was, you know, after I did my first 40-day health transformation, I wasn't craving the sugar anymore because my microbiome was more balanced with healthier microorganisms.
Yeah.
So it's just about what we put in. And so we're going to put in more light and more life so the other critters are not ruling the roost, right?
Yeah. Yeah. Oh, yeah. It's equivalent to which voice are you going to feed, or which wolf are you going to feed, right? So it's when it comes to the gut and the gut health, are you feeding the parasites and the shadows really on an energetically? You continue to feed that, or are you going to make a new choice? So this is what I'm saying, that this is a choice point. This is a choice point, inviting people to rise to a mastery level. Now, we are all coming from different places. So what is that mastery level for you, or for each individual? And yeah, for many people, that next level of mastery is what's going on with your health? What's going on with your gut? Have you ever done something to clear your body so you can start operating differently and experience more clarity of mind, more vitality, more energy, more joy? So I heard something the other day, and oh my God, it was such a beautiful statement. This woman, the conversation was about soulmates, actually, and relationships and love. And she said something so beautiful. She said, your true soulmate is your body.
Mm. Wow.
And then she expanded on that, and that at the end of the day, I am my soulmate. Each and every one of you, you are your soulmate. And this body, this physical body, is an instrument. That's your vehicle. And it is your soulmate, that you are with that body 24/7, 365. And that's the vehicle that carries us through this lifetime.
Oh, so what we're about to introduce and speak about, the offering that we're bringing together, is just about that, because we are upgrading on a cellular or cellular level, right? So we're taking care of our bodies and really turning on our life force and moving out what is no longer serving, or the denser energies, the illness, the cells that aren't healthy. And we're going to be for 40 days just putting in dense, high level phytonutrients, integrating that into our day-to-day. It's not a deprivation diet. It's not a diet. It's just integrating superfoods, giving our body a different message, turning on the cells, and then other things just start to naturally fall away. So it's like we're cellularly upgrading, we're cellularly upgrading with our soulmates, with our our bodies. We're loving our bodies, and what a blessed thing to do, anytime, all the time, and especially at this turning of the century, not the century, but a new decade.
Yeah,
it's a pretty amazing offering. And so I'd love to hear a little bit about the piece too that you're going to be bringing. So we're going to be doing a 40-day nutrition health reset coupled with Kundalini yoga. And I just think it's such an amazing, brilliant combination, oxygenating the cells. And maybe you could speak a little bit more into what Kundalini for these 40 days.
Yeah, Kundalini yoga is definitely a very profound tool. I've been a practitioner of yoga and a yoga teacher for over a decade now. It's crazy. Like, whoa, how did we get here?
Right.
And different styles that I'm certified in or trained in. And Kundalini yoga is my most recent training. That was 4 years ago, and I've been teaching that and sharing that pretty extensively since then in my own personal practice. And by far, it's one of the most powerful tools that I have come across with, that from a personal experience, I have witnessed and experienced so many shifts in my life, internally and externally, thanks to that practice. And it's a practice that I share with all of my clients. And I've seen people completely shifting on a cellular level, actually. So Kundalini yoga, I just want to touch on some of, like, demystifying a little bit of Kundalini yoga, because I know a lot of people have different maybe perspectives or experiences with Kundalini yoga. And from conversations with people, I also know that some people feel intimidated by Kundalini yoga. It's like this mysterious thing. So Kundalini, take the word yoga from it for a second. Just Kundalini, what is that? It's life force. It's the life force that resides in every single one of us. And it happens to live at the base of our spine. So everybody has that. Everybody has access to it. But just like we were talking with the gut, right? If it's not functioning well, it's also not going to guide you in the right direction. The Kundalini energy, it's there, but for a lot of people, it's asleep. And when that energy is asleep, then there's other parts within the body, within the energy field, and in one's life that are asleep as well. Things are not fully activated. So if you think about a light bulb, when it's just not fully working and the light is very dim, but then if you plug it in all the way and the light comes online, it's like, oh, now I can see everything. It's the same thing with getting the Kundalini energy activated, for it to rise up the spine and activate all the energy centers, which, by the way, are connected directly to our glands in the body. Each chakra is associated with a gland. So those glands that we have, if they're all plugged and not functioning, then the vitality, the energy, the life force in the body is not fully alive and not fully utilized. And that's where diseases come, and fatigue, and all depression, things that people or our society now have classified as diseases, is actually a misunderstanding of the power that we have, but is asleep and is not being utilized and activated. So I just wanted to, say a little bit about the Kundalini energy. And in Kundalini yoga, and really all forms of yoga, it moves the body and creates certain compressions to the glands and extension and expansions in the body that allow that life force to move, allow the fascia to open up, and whatever blockages that are in the body to be released and removed so the energy can flow freely. We can attain the same thing in meditation. Yoga just prepares the body and the mind to actually sit in meditation. And Kundalini yoga is slightly different than other styles of yoga, where you don't necessarily have, the downward facing dog or postures that you might be familiar with vinyasa flow or other yoga flows. But Kundalini yoga focuses on the breath, because that's the prana, that's the life force. And it utilizes the entire body. So that's why you find in Kundalini yoga just weird things that you do with your fingers or with your tongue, with your arms. And it is all designed in a very scientific way to activate that Kundalini energy in the base of the spine, and also activate the brain and balance the brain so the two hemispheres can actually work in harmony. So doing a cleanse of any sort and combining that with Kundalini yoga really helps an individual to get that light bulb to fully function and bring the light inside the body to a higher voltage. And then you feel that electricity, because this is who we are. We're just electricity, right? Moving through our body in every cell. And when that electricity is fully on, then you are fully on and you feel alive, and everything that comes out of you is fully alive. And then life feels completely different. And that's when changes start to occur on the outside, because ultimately there's nothing outside. It's your own shifts happening on a cellular level in your consciousness, that all of a sudden you see a different reflection happening outside of yourself.
Absolutely. Noa, could you speak a little bit about the significance of 40 days?
Yeah. So what I know, and I've done many 40 days and longer, but there's something to be said about the ancient wisdom of the number 40, because I don't feel it's a coincidence that all of the past masters and different prophets all did some sort of a 40-day journey / quest, right? And so I don't really have the scientific explanation behind it, because I'm just not that person, but I'm sure you can find scientific data. What I do know from a scientific perspective when it comes to how the brain operates is that 21 days, that's what usually takes, is 21 days to shift a pattern or a habit.
Yes.
So this is just my own intuitive feeling around it. So if it's 21 days to shift a pattern, or to stop or to implement a new pattern, I feel that the rest, like the other 20 days, are to really bring it home and anchor it in.
I agree.
Yeah.
I agree. It's like after the 40-day mark, it's a launch pad to the rest of your life.
Yeah.
And as I said earlier, a lot of things will just fall away and you will be a different person on a cellular level. So it's not, your mind isn't craving things and so much as I spoke about, the gut does that, but it's everything shifts. you know, we become a different person. So I agree that, you know, it drives it home further and deeper.
Yeah.
So we are making different decisions, and it's easy. It's not an effort to try not to do things that aren't healthy for us, because our pH in our blood changes and our body's craving different things. They say we are what we eat. So when you put in 40 days of just high level, dense phytonutrients from the sun, and you're illuminating your cells, all kinds of other things just naturally start to fall away. It's like today, you know, tomorrow, the light, we're the sun, we're getting more and more light each day after this day. And so that's how I see the 40 days. Like we're lighting up ourselves. So when we light the candle, you know, the darkness is dispelled. So when we feed ourselves these superfoods, even if we're eating other things, the craving for these other things naturally starts to fade away. So it's not like I'm trying to quit this or that. It's just, what do we add in that allows other things to fall away in an easy way?
Yeah.
Without being deprived. Then adding in foods that are bioavailable and our body can absorb. They're in a form that's highly absorbable. So we can actually assimilate the nutrition we're getting as we're gently detoxing and healing our gut and giving our body a whole nother message of what we're doing here, as you know, we're illuminating and making different decisions just by making that one decision to do the 40-day. Right?
Exactly. Yeah. Those crucial moments of making a choice and then you don't look back. And God, there's so much I can say in response to what you just said. I literally can just talk for hours about this like the physical vehicle, you know, but just to stick to the point here, I would like to add, so you gave a beautiful overview of physically what occurs in the body with a cleansing and waking up the cells. And another thing I would like to add regarding Kundalini yoga beyond the physical is that Kundalini yoga is also called the yoga of awareness, and it gives you an experience of your soul. So from a more spiritual, energetic perspective, what happens with a practice, which to me is really, that's the root, that's the base. You know, I work with people on self-love, because to me, for years working with clients on yoga and food and diet, and I came to a place where I had to ask myself, what makes the difference between somebody sticking after 40 days? Because a lot of people can do like, oh yeah, I'm doing this challenge, or yay, I'm doing this 40 days, or yay, I'm doing maybe even 6 months. But what makes the difference when somebody actually, oh, now it's not just the 40 days that I'm doing, I'm living this. This is the choice that I make every single day. And for my own journey, it was very clear, well, your choices reflect how much you love yourself, period. And it's not about shame or blame. It's where we at. We are where we at. But in order to really create those long-lasting changes, so you do the 40 days, you cleanse your body, you feel amazing, and you actually realize, I deserve to feel this amazing all the time. Yes. Because I love myself enough, not only to choose to give myself the gift of 40 days, but for the rest of my life. So like you said earlier, that's like a launching pad. What else is possible for you? How much greater can you feel in your body? How much clearer can your mind be? How much more love can you experience in your heart for yourself and have the most amazing relationships in your life? You know, there's so many aspects to us as humans, right? So you might make the choice of doing a cleanse, but it's a much deeper statement than that. You're actually stating to yourself, you're declaring, I love myself enough to give myself this gift because I care about this body. I care about who I am. Mm-hmm. And Kundalini yoga, like I said, gives the experience of one's own soul and one's own essence. There's a mantra in Kundalini yoga, one of the basic mantras, Sat Nam. Mm-hmm. Right? Sat Nam means truth is my identity. Sat means truth. Name is name. And Nam is name, my name. And so doing this practice on a regular basis, and especially when you do something like a cleanse and you're removing all that junk, not just on a physical level, but emotionally and mentally, and stuck trauma in your body. I mean, we can go for hours, right? With how much is we carry within us. You do that for 40 days and you combine the Kundalini yoga practice and you affirm every single day, truth is my identity. Truth is my identity, which is what your truth is that you are light. You are a being of light, life force emanating from every cell in your body. And then you affirm that. And just like you said, things start to fall away, including choices that don't support your highest health. So rather than trying to force yourself to stop eating the junk, no, just focus on embodying the truth of who you are and really getting rooted in that. And then it's just not even, okay, I'm not really interested in that.
Absolutely. Yes.
But yeah, it does take the initial choice of, I'm actually going to embark on this 40-day journey and give myself this gift, because it's a gift. It's a declaration to the world. I love myself enough to do this. I care about myself, and know that everybody else in your life is going to benefit from that.
Mm-hmm. Yes. What I love about what we're doing here too is it's not only are we teaming up and inviting people to do this, but it's a group energy that is holding this beautiful container, because I know sometimes it's hard to do things on our own. But when we have a group and we have a support system and we have health coaches and we have, knowledgeable people who have done this before and helped thousands of people do this, then we can lean into that and feel supported. And like if something comes up, if we need a little strength, we could reach out and say, hey, or if we have any questions, it's nice to know that we're not doing this alone. And then there's this group field also created of like everyone intending to be the best version of themselves, to be a higher version, a better version of themselves in this new decade, in this new year. Like, okay, we're holding each other to that. We're holding each other for that,
Yeah.
And so being, having that support is a beautiful, beautiful gift.
It's a beautiful gift. And I would say it's actually, especially in what we are stepping into, it's absolutely crucial. Because that's part of the shift. And with this solstice, because the chart of the solstice is an energetic blueprint of the next 3 months until the equinox, but definitely even I would say, I always give it the next 3 to 6 months until the next solstice. And it's written all over that chart that if you try to go about it alone in whatever it is in your life, this cleanser, like whatever it is, I'll just say it's not the greatest idea. That it's the time of let's come together, let's join forces, because like you said, Shoshana, when you have that supportive container, you are that much more likely to rise up to the occasion and actually step into the master that you are. And it's in a sense, it's also a function of self-love and self-worth. Do you know that you are worthy of being supported? And have that in your life, and stop going about it all alone, because that's a program that we are releasing.
Yeah. And what's amazing is that, there are plenty of health coaches out there who are doing amazing work one-on-one. And I know you've done a lot of that.
Yeah, and I still do.
You still do. And, for many, it's not feasible, it's not affordable, or, you're in a different part of the world and they can't have you. Well, I'm sure you would travel, if you were called upon to do so. And, but what we're doing here, I love the idea that it is accessible to anywhere on the planet. They can pretty much do it from their own home and continue to receive the support. And it's super affordable because, having that one-on-one life coach, health coach, yoga teacher with you day in and day out for 40 days, preparing meals, obviously it's not probably going to be in everyone's range to afford that, but this is something that we can hold them, and they can get a package of living amazing superfoods to integrate into their daily. Again, they're going to be eating soups and other nourishing foods during this winter season if you're in a cold climate, but and continue to have that support and be fed. And it's super easy, and that's what we're doing here, is we're making it really easy, because we need that in this fast-paced society. Everyone's super busy. It's not necessarily practical for people to be juicing 12 different greens a day and doing, 3 times a day, or it's just not practical for everyone. Not everyone has the time, the money, or the space to put all those things, all that produce in their refrigerator, so I love that we're making it easy and delivering this. And just how this came to be, that you had just released your 40-day Kundalini offering. I got the email, and I've been feeling super excited to activate my Kundalini yoga practice again, because I just love it. I feel so refreshed, so oxygenated, and so alive. And I've been doing other kinds of yoga, Ashtanga, for years, and I love that too. But this is just a different flavor that's just such a beautiful medley to bring together with the 40-day, that I was super excited. You already had your 40-day offering, and I was just about to announce to my people that I'm offering to support with a health, a New Year's health transformation for 40 days. So what a beautiful synergy and divine appointment that brought us together at this time to share this.
Yeah, very much so. And to say something about making it accessible and simple. So this is what I created with a 40-day Kundalini yoga practice. Is same thing as I made something basic and simple that anyone can do. And I want to add that it's not pure Kundalini. I did combine, because I love combining the different modalities of yoga that I know. And I created a 40-day program that is very much designed to build strength and power in the body and in the mind. So there is a specific Kundalini yoga meditation that is about your solar plexus and getting really empowered from the inside. And it's also the gut, that's the gut. That's the power center. All right. So a lot goes into that area. So that's the Kundalini yoga meditation. And then the warm-up sequences that I have there on the program are combination of Kundalini yoga. So a lot of breath exercises and different movements, and also a flow, a vinyasa flow, and some strength building exercises, because I do believe that the biggest changes that we experience is when we change on a cellular level, like when the body is involved with what it is that we choose to change. And so the practice might be challenging, but that's part of the deal, because it's moving you a little bit, or maybe a lot, out of your comfort zone, because that's where the magic really happens.
I am going to be doing the 40-day when we start, New Year's with everyone. And I have to say, I did have a sneak preview this morning and did Kundalini yoga with you, and it was amazing. And I do appreciate too how you if people are having a little challenge with something, you'll adjust it and make sure people are really following what they're capable of, and not overdoing it, but modifying, which is great. And I really, really enjoyed it. I loved doing it with you. So I'm excited to continue doing the 40 days. And in light of what you just spoke about, that change happens, when we get our body, our soma involved with this transformation. I like to guide people when I'm taking them through a 40-day health transformation, also to have an intention, to really make it like a sadhana, which is like a practice. And the Kundalini piece really gives that, where we're whether we're choosing to get healthier or reverse, you know, arthritis, or heal our gut and our digestion, or lose weight or gain weight, or whatever it might be, even to have an attention beyond the physical, you know, how it relates to how we want to feel,
Right.
you know, how we want to feel, what we want to create in our life, you know. And so to really have it be a sacred container that, you know, we're choosing, where are we going in this life, what are we choosing, and then having the nutrition to back that up, and then having the yoga to back that up, and we're continually putting in, this is my intention, this is my intention. And so the transformation that can happen in 40 days is just amazing with that.
Yeah, it's incredible. It's absolutely incredible. And the purpose of the Kundalini yoga program that I put on, this particular one, is 40 days to ignite the most powerful you. So just like you said, Shoshana, whatever that powerful you is, it might be reversing arthritis, it might be losing the weight or gaining the weight, or it's more of an internal confidence, new sense of confidence that you want to feel. It's healing the gut, or whatever it may be that is going to ignite a more powerful you. In whatever, and I think I speak about that in the intro, I don't remember, but wherever it is that you are finding yourself in your life, that you need like this injection of more power, because it might be that you want to create something, you might be working on a project, you might want more clarity about something. And so whatever the power that you need, life has its own intelligence, and your body has the intelligence, knowing exactly where to direct that energy, and to bring that clear intention, like you said, and see that practice, the Kundalini yoga practice and the cleanse, actually is an act of devotion. So you are devoting yourself to that intention, whatever it may be, or intentions, for that period of those 40 days.
Yes, beautiful. Well, I know we're getting on almost an hour.
Almost an hour, yeah.
Yeah, and I mean, is there anything else you want to share before we complete for this session? I'm sure.
Oh gosh, Shoshana, you know, I could keep talking for so long about these things. It's just, to me, this is what we came here to do. Our vessels, our temples, and there's too many temples walking around with dim lights.
Mm-hmm.
So it's time to turn on those lights in all those temples, walking temples.
Absolutely.
And really, this is heaven. This is heaven. This earth was designed to be heaven. It is heaven, and it's totally in our hands. But it starts at home. It's not just going to happen on its own.
And it starts with getting the knowledge and being educated, because unfortunately, so many people are just a product of their environment, and we're a product of our society, where, you know, you go into your average supermarket and 99.9% of the things on the shelves are dead or filled with chemicals, and, you know, are unhealthy for us. But this is what our system is feeding us. So it's really not people's fault. You know, there's no fault here, but it's a matter of like waking up and saying, oh my God, I have another choice. And we see it even in Costco. You know, organic is on the rise, you know, and because people are waking up. And so this is just part of it.
The power is with the people, not the corporations. Because the corporations, the big stores, are following the demand.
Exactly.
So that's what I've always said, you know, with McDonald's, like maybe McDonald's is not going to disappear from the States, maybe not in our lifetime. But can you imagine the day where McDonald's actually offer organic salads and there's no more like
absolutely
abused meat?
Yeah. And one of the amazing things I just want to like throw out there, since we're talking about it, is the company that I'm working with just came out with the juice bar of the future, which I feel is like the Coke machine of the future. Because this machine, which I'd like to see in 7-Elevens and schools and hospitals and airports and everywhere, is a instant machine that dispenses living superfood juices with amazing, you know, full of enzymes, full of life, blood purifying, protein filled, amazing juices, just like it's like a coffee machine that was converted into a juice machine.
Amazing.
So we're saying yes to the new paradigm where making real food accessible for people, that there's, it's actually everywhere people can get it and it's not super expensive. And so in the meantime, we have that and we can share this with you wherever you are. If you're interested in joining us and doing this 40-day health transformation for 2020, a new decade, new year, new you, you can have the option to do this 40-day health transformation with superfoods and adding the 40-day Kundalini yoga led by Noa Lakshmi and join us. And so if you're seeing this video and you have any questions, just reach out to either one of us. We'll put our information.
And yeah, is there a link, Shoshana, to the actual cleanse that we can post? If it's on Facebook, then it can be down in the comments, or in the comments, and on YouTube down in the description box.
Yes, and then and we'll also provide a gift code. So if you're watching this, you can use a gift code and receive either 25% off or $50 off of your first purchase. But if you're buying the 40-day, you're going to save over $100 with this gift code. So it makes it super affordable. It comes out to less than $8 a day, and you're getting health coaching and support, a free health consultation. And then if you want to add on the yoga piece, it's going to be also less than $40 with the gift code also, for 40 days of Kundalini yoga, which is amazing. I was just in New York, and yoga classes are $25 per class.
Right,
So you're giving it away. So thank you for sharing your amazing teachings with us.
Yeah. Same reason. Again, making it simple, basic, and affordable. There's more courses and programs that are brewing and are coming that are even more robust and with more guidance and more videos. But for now, this one is just so easy to follow and so perfect especially if you are a beginner, but even like you, Shoshana, that somebody that has practiced Kundalini yoga or is a yoga practitioner and is looking for something refreshing, and activating your practice again, then this is just a great way to get on the train again.
It is. Even just to do a little bit every day and just have that, the guidance. It's nice to, again, be able to do it with you being there guiding it.
Yeah.
It's really beautiful.
Yeah, you get to hang out with me every morning. I mean, what?
I know.
People pay thousands of dollars for that.
Exactly. I'll tell you, this is the deal of the century.
Oh my goodness.
Oh, well, I love you so much, and I'm really grateful to be doing this with you. And I know we'll have more calls and more sharing. I hope so. Dialing it in. I want to do another call, like really breaking down what the 40-day is as well. And we're going to start after the new year. So if anyone's seeing this and is interested in joining us, even if you're not getting your superfood package by New Year's, it's not a problem. We can start off anytime, the first week of January or on forever. But we'd like to hold somewhat of a container and really support you through this. And I know that I just want to just say really briefly, what got me into this a while back is I just hit a wall at chronic fatigue. And within 3 days of drinking these amazing living power shakes, my superwoman energy came back online. I was like, what is this? So it's just been a game changer and a life changer for me. And I'm passionate about sharing and helping people to be their brightest selves and have the energy to do what we're here to do and shine our lights on, this is the darkest night. Shine your light.
Yeah.
Go forth and shine your light.
That's what we came here to do.
Yeah. So be it.
Great. So people can just find the links down below wherever it is that you are watching this right now, if you're interested in the cleanse. And you can also check out the Kundalini yoga program, and it's up to you, right? They can choose to add that to the cleanse or not. but definitely why not, really. And it's something that you also, I just want to say that if you get the course, the 40-day Kundalini yoga with the cleanse, it's yours for life. So you have those 40 days that you can do again. Those videos are yours. So it's, you get that for the rest of your life.
A beautiful gift. Well, I'm so glad that you're sharing more of your yoga with the world, because you are a wonderful, wonderful teacher and such a clear vessel. Yeah. So I'm grateful to be teaming up with you. And this is just, for me, it just really speaks to what like amazing things are coming this year, that, you know, on the dawn of a new decade and on the, you know, winter solstice, that we get to share this communion and this co-creation and synergy of offerings with the world, and just really a beautiful, beautiful gift to my heart.
Aho.
Yeah.
Aho.
So
beautiful.
Thank you, everybody, for joining us, and thank you again, Noa Lakshmi, for being here and for sharing what you've come to share with the world.
Thank you, my beautiful sister. It's an honor to do it with you.
Aho. Satnam.
Satnam.
Aloha.
Aloha.
Happy holidays. Happy New Year. Happy New You. And yeah, just reach out. Hope to get to share this journey with you as well.
Ciao, ciao.
Aloha. Ciao.